Well, actually, I'll need to get back up in about 15 minutes to go get my pizza out of the oven because pizza. But we should have just enough time to get a setting the stage out of the way, and then I'll go get my pizza. I'll come back, and we will play some Witcher 3. So let me get a thing situated here. Do. I have a thing ready to go, I think. Yeah. Boop. Boop. And boop. And we just put this down right here. Sup. Prince Elite says, one thing I hate when a game has a really loud, unskippable opening with the company's name and stuff. Yeah, it's a bit much. So, for the Wild Hunt, there's only a few things that you need to know if you've been following along with the story so far. And the big thing that you guys need to know is, if I can find it, I had it in my search history, and then I looked at a lot of stuff yesterday, so I need to find this again. Oh yeah, no, that's actually real fucking far gone. Okay, well, I'll just look it up the hard way then. Because I found a thing last night that actually summarizes the events between Witcher 2 and Witcher 3. So, according to the internet, this is what you guys need to know between the scene that you just saw and the start of Witcher 3. Okay? I'm going to read this verbatim and then I'm going to explain it. Geralt left Triss to look for Yennefer, did a few Witcher contracts, teamed up with Vesemir, and eventually came to White Orchard. At the same time, Nilfgaard crossed the Yaruga, the big river, which we saw at the end of Witcher 2, marched over Lyria and Rivia, and what was left of Temeria. Remember, Temeria was split between Redania and Kedwen. They took Brugg, Verdun, Aedirn, and Cidaris. Right? Journeyman Vader says, well, I must be off to work. Thanks for the stream, Kit. Take care, Vader. Have a great day at work, and hope to see you again soon. They marched all the way up to the southern banks of the Pontar. The Pontar is the river that separates Upper and Lower Aedirn, where we just fought the Battle of Vergen in Witcher 2. So, Nilfgaard came all the way up to the site of the battle from Witcher 2. Damn, right? The fate of Brokilon, the Dryad Enclave in Aedirn, I think, their fate of that is unknown. On the northern side of the Pontar, Radovid of Redania crossed the mountains that separated Redania and Kedwen and crushed Kedwen. So Kedwen is gone, Aedirn is mostly gone, and Radovid is consolidating power in the north to challenge Nilfgaard in the south. High in the north, Kovir and Povus seem to be uninvolved. So, that is what you need to know. A lot of that doesn't make sense, so bear with me. And so, Geralt is being Geralt. He's like, hey Triss, we saved you from Loch Muin. I'm gonna set you up as best I can, and don't get killed. I need to go find Yennefer. Triss understands that Geralt needs to go and find Yennefer for a plethora of reasons. One, they're old friends. That is to say, Yennefer and Triss are old friends. Two, Yennefer is technically Geralt's woman. So Triss is, she's respectful of that. And last we heard, which we just heard, Yennefer has amnesia and is quote-unquote a prisoner of Emperor Ymir, so this is a problem. So Geralt goes off to find Yennefer. He does some contracts along the way to make some money, and he runs into Vesemir. Vesemir is his mentor. Uncle Vesemir, is the main mentor of Kaer Morhen, the Witcher School of the Wolf, which Geralt belongs to. Geralt is the other mentor, but Vesemir is Geralt's mentor, so he's an old bro. And he's everybody's uncle. He's basically Uncle Iroh, if you're familiar with Avatar: The Last Airbender. So they team up, and they're tracking Yennefer across basically the south part of the north. If that makes sense. So they're encountering the Nilfgaardian advance. They're encountering... they're not really encountering Radovid consolidating power too much, but they would be aware of it, and so on and so forth. So, as we saw in the last cutscene with Dandelion, Nilfgaard has conquered everything that isn't Redania, and, Vergen. Basically, everywhere we were in Witcher 2, with the exception of Vergen, is owned by either Redania or Nilfgaard going into Witcher 3. Everything. So, there was some major power plays happening, and that is... the setup for that is basically Witcher 2, right? Everything that Letho of Gulet did in Witcher 2 was so that Nilfgaard could sweep in and fuck everyone else. The problem is Radovid capitalized on it. Radovid of Redania capitalized on it and was like, well, Nilfgaard is going to sweep in. I'm going to sweep in from my side, and then I'm going to challenge Nilfgaard with my consolidated power. So the war is not between the northern kingdoms, Temeria, Kovir, Redania, and so on. It's between Radovid and Emperor Ymir. So that's the situation. Other than that, we need to talk about Cirilla and the Wild Hunt. So I talked about this a little bit in the setting the stage for Witcher 2. But I can really talk about a prominent player in Witcher 3 now, Cirilla of Cintra. Cirilla Fiona Ellen Rhiannon, Princess of Cintra. She is Emperor Ymir's daughter. She is Geralt's, goddaughter. She is not a Witcher, but she plays it being a Witcher. And she is, most importantly, a blood relative of... let me find the name of this person. She is... this is what I want. She is a blood relative of... Lara Dorren. Lara Dorren, or more accurately, Lara Dorren Ape Shidhail, was the daughter of an elf and a woman. An elf and a human, pardon me. She was born an elf. She's a half-elf. She's an elven sorceress. Oh, pardon me. That's wrong. She was a full elf. She was the one who fell in love with a human dude. My bad. I got that backwards. And she has what is called Elder Blood. And what Elder Blood is a giant fucking Deus Ex Machina. To put it bluntly. If you have Elder Blood in the Witcher universe, you win. You can shape reality. You can stop the conjunction of the spheres. You can start a conjunction of the spheres. But most importantly, you are prophesied to destroy a train. You are prophesied to either destroy or save fucking reality. Right? Somewhere down the line of someone with Elder Blood coming from Lara Dorren, you are either going to destroy everything that exists or save it. And honestly, that's what happens in Witcher 3, and I'm not going to spoil how that comes to be. But Ciri has Elder Blood, which means she's a giant fucking... she's what happens when the GM wants to make a player character and put it in the party. She's so broken. But that's good, right? Like, she's awesome. So, she's born to Emperor Ymir, and almost immediately, she's like, fuck this courtly shit. Fuck you, because you're a terrible person trying to conquer the world. Fuck Nilfgaard. I'm gonna do what I want. Now, mind you, she's like 6. Like, let me be clear. This is not a teenager having a tantrum. This is not, screw you, Dad, it's not a fate. No, this is like a 6-year-old who's like, fuck all this. And she just leaves, right? She just fucks off. And what's hilarious about this is it's the world of Witcher. So, she fucks off and promptly gets attacked by monsters, because duh. And she gets saved by Geralt, and she's like, you're awesome. I'm gonna be like you. And Ymir's like, no, you're fucking not. And Geralt is like, right, so this mine now. I'm gonna take it to Kaer Morhen. And this whole thing, it's a little bit unclear to me if Ymir knows Geralt has Ciri, or if Geralt feigns that he doesn't have Ciri. But one of these two things happens. And Ciri spends a lot of time in Kaer Morhen, where eventually her elder blood comes out, and she gets chased by the Wild Hunt. That might be a name that you know. The Wild Hunt originally deigns to create slaves for the elves, the An-El. Not the An-Shade, the An-El. The elves from the other plane. The Wild Hunt is slavers. Unfortunately, Ciri has elder blood. And so they want an elven heir with elder blood, because again, it's a fucking Deus Ex Machina. So on more than one occasion, they capture Ciri and they're like, give us an elven child with your bloodline. And Ciri's like, ew, no. And also, ew. And also, I'm a Witcher, fuck you. It doesn't go well for her, is what I will say. But she gets out of it most of the time. As far as I know, she doesn't produce an elven heir with elder blood, at least not before Witcher 3. But she keeps dodging the Wild Hunt, and so eventually the Wild Hunt stops being slavers. I mean, they're still slavers, but their main focus is, oh, Ciri is using elder blood power. We now know where she is because we can track that over space and time. Let's go get her and bring her back to the realm of the An-El again. So that's what they do. So basically, Ciri has this uber power, but every time she uses it, the Wild Hunt shows up, which leads to rape and pillage and abduction of anyone around her. So, needless to say, she's not around people very often for obvious reasons. And Geralt is trying to find Yennefer in the new Nilfgaardian territories to try to figure out, A, if she's okay, and then B, what to do next. And Yennefer is trying to find Ciri, because Emperor Ymir is like, where's my daughter? And also, what is happening? And so all of this is happening. And that is basically all you need to know for Witcher 3.